All right, so I was telling you this is 9.3 by 70R. It's the same exact cartridge as the 9.3 by 72R, just the brass is a 1/4 inch shorter. I have one right here to show you. The problem is first time, let's do this. So that the extractor closes down. All right, the extractor's closed. The problem with that is it's just that much too long. The pressures in this cartridge are the same exact pressures in the 70R. Shoots the same velocity, everything's the same, just the brass is a little bit longer. So we're going to ream that out. And then the 16 gauge barrel is for 2.5, and we're going to ream that out to 2 3/4. This gun is nitro proofed, so smokeless 2.5-inch shotgun shells are running the same pressure as the 2 3/4, and like I said, this is running the same as the 70R. Do not attempt to do this if you don't know what you're doing. Take it to a gunsmith. It's not that hard, but it's really easy to screw it up. On a bolt action rifle, you could unthread the barrel, turn the shoulder back on a lathe, thread it back in, and start over. On these, you can't do that. If you chamber it too deep and the headspace is off, it's just done. There's nothing you can do. Normally, I would clamp this in a vise like this so it's standing straight up. I would use an actual tap wrench to do this. I am going to do this a little bit differently, only because I have done this so many times that literally I know what to do. And I don't have a good light in my... I have good light to see what I'm doing, but for some reason when I do videos in my little shop, the lighting's not good enough for the videos to come out good. The first thing I do is I go around the inside and I make a mark all the way around where the rim sits in the chamber. And the reason why I do that is I'm going to run that down, that reamer down, until that chamber's this way. I don't want to go too deep, so I'm going to kiss that little shoulder in there, and as soon as it hits that shoulder, I'm going to stop. This is the reamer for that. Make sure that you use a good cutting oil. I put cutting oil in this bottle just because this bottle is really nice as far as being able to not get a lot of oil. You know, you can control how much oil you get in the ream. And I oil all the flutes. Make sure you oil it good. Also, this going into a chamber that's already been chambered, I'm not concerned with it because it's going to guide itself. Yes, doing it with a crescent wrench like this instead of a tap wrench, you can actually make the chamber off a little bit, but I've done this enough times that it's not going to happen. You don't need to put a lot of pressure. You just turn it and it'll cut itself. If your reamer's sharp, it'll cut itself, and you don't even need to put a lot of pressure in it. And just go slow. Like right now, it's cutting. And don't go backwards. Follow the flutes. And it's going down. And as soon as it kisses that little shoulder, I'm going to stop, so that I don't ream it too deep. And then periodically pull it out. See all them shavings? You want to get them out of there. You don't want to leave them in there. So I do half a dozen turns. Then I just take just a paper towel. These reamers are sharp, so be very careful you don't cut yourself. But just like that, I just get all the shavings out. Let me put some more oil on it. Like I said, I'm just oiling all the flutes. Once I get them all in there, just run it down. And then the same thing. Just take your time. Don't get in too big of a hurry and overdo it. This thing is so sharp that it's cutting perfect. You know, put my glasses on just to make sure that I don't cut the headspace off. And like I said, it's just taking your time and doing it. You know, gunsmiths can do this for you. I just have a hard time paying somebody to do something I can do myself, plus I enjoy doing it. And that's it. Right there. That's it. It's done. It was that easy. Didn't need a lot of pressure or nothing. That's good. Now we're going to do the 16 gauge the same way. I'm going to clean these real good and oil them before I send them back. I just rent these reamers because of the fact that these things are a couple $100 to buy, and I don't always do the same calibers. So I want to, I can do this quite a few times. I'll do a couple guns at once, like this 16 gauge. I'm going to do this barrel on this Cape gun. Then I have another Cape gun that needs to be done, and then a regular double barrel shotgun that all the chambers need to be cut. So I'm going to do them, and I'm just going to show you guys on this one because I don't have the rest of them out here. But I'm going to do them all at once, and it'll be golden. Same thing, I'm going to run this down in there. I'm going to oil it. Just oil the flutes. Like I said, if you're going to attempt to do this, do it in a vise. Use an actual tap wrench. I'm just doing this real quick. Like I said, I've done this so many times. I can do this with my eyes closed. I don't recommend that you do it the way I'm showing you here. But like I said, I don't have good light in there, so. Same thing, periodically. Just wipe it off and get the metal out of there. Oil it back up. And just keep going. And all right, time for the test shots. Worked. Alrighty, and that's how you ream the chambers. Alright, so I had to go take that in the vise. When you get into them bigger diameter reams than that, rifle reams I can do by hand like I did the 9.3, but when you get into them bigger ones, the shotgun reams and that, it's just really hard to get a hold of the barrels and hold it and turn it, because they kind of bite and pull themselves in, and you don't, like I said, you don't want to ream it too deep and throw the headspace off. So anyway, that's how you do it, and I don't recommend you do it unless you are really confident you can do it and do some studying and some learning. Thank you.